All right, so my party was okay. I mean, everybody showed up like they're not. Like, who's gonna go to Saturn's party? No one. Or Mars or Earth. That would be lame. Oh, but that fucking twerp Pluto showed up. And I'm like, dude, this is a party for planets. Who invited you? We didn't stay long, but still, I want to know who invited it. So I asked Saturn. She said she didn't know. Oh, with her big mouth. Mars didn't know. Earth didn't know. I asked Venus, and she said something about giving her an in-depth interrogation, whatever that means. Oh, get this. I asked Neptune. He got so scared he pissed his pants. He ran out of there. Come to think of it, the only one I didn't ask was Mercury. Never did see him after that. Weird. Still pisses me off though, you know? I mean, I go out of my way to be hospitable, and this is what happens. You know, back in the day, a little more hydrogen, I could have been a star. A star. Man. Last person that crossed me like this is now the asteroid belt. I told Pluto about this party. Same thing, man. Same thing.
So, Jeremy, now that I have you here, what can I do for you? I'm a very busy woman and I don't have a lot of time in my hands.
Well, Mrs. Parsons.
Please, call me Mandy. We're much past the formalities.
Okay, Mandy, I wanted to talk to you about my state of mental health around the office.
Have people been bothering you, Jeremy?
Well, it's that I just feel like that I'm being sexually harassed. Oh, I could be wrong, though. I've never been sexually harassed, so I could be mistaken.
I must say that this is very disappointing.
Well, yes.
We don't tolerate that thing around the office, Jeremy.
No.
Now, who's been doing this to you?
Well,
that's okay. I'll make it my priority to find out.
Okay.
We're trying to run a professional place around here.
Okay.
And we can't have people doing this now, can we? I mean, really, what kind of person would do that to you?
I don't...
Just a minute.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. Let me see who that is real quick.
Okay, all right.
And then we can continue, okay?
Oh.
Come in.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mandy. I didn't realize you had a guest in here.
That's okay, Sarah. We were just in a meeting. What can I do for you?
I just put together the prints for May's press release, and I just wanted to run them by you.
Oh. The cover story on page 32. Did that get corrected?
Definitely. We switched out.
What are those?
Oh, don't pay attention to those. Those are just some mistakes. I accidentally fell on the copier earlier. Yeah, it was while I was changing my shirt.
Why?
Well, I spilled orange juice on it this morning, and I couldn't just walk around with a big stain on my shirt all day. Now, could I? Jeremy! Did you cut yourself shaving this morning?
No.
That looks horrible! Is that the only cut, or are there more?
No,
As I was saying, this is very disappointing to me, and I must find out who did this. We can't have naughty things happening around the office now, can we, Sarah?
No, Mandy, of course not. Who's been naughty to you, Jeremy?
I don't want
I'm going to make this my top priority. I'm going to find out who this is. So you just write down the name of who did this to you.
It's just...
And I will
actually see to it that this never happens.
They said it couldn't be done, but I, Professor Myrtle Varnier, have done it. Hidden from the world, safe from prying eyes, I have established my own secret laboratory beneath the blasted North Dakotan plains. The world shall soon come to tremble at the powers unleashed from beneath these oft-frozen hinterlands. And I must confess that even I do not know the scope of these powers. With my research unfettered by the petty rigors of the establishment, I will concoct revolutionary theorems, diabolical schemes. This laboratory shall serve as the loins from which shall spring a wealth beyond Rockefeller, a renown beyond Shakespeare, and a power beyond Cheney! But enough. It is time for the work to begin. Mercosvania, the book! Through the construction of the sediment, I have remained active, filling this volume with experiment after experiment to unleash once I was able. Now is the time for these experiments to solve, and with them, my legend. Now, what shall my first experiment be? Aha! Mercosvania, fetch me a potato!
Yes, mistress. I'm sorry, did you say a potato?
Yes!
Excuse me for asking, but why a potato?
Very simple. By bombarding the potato with various forms of radiation, I plan to grow the potato to gargantuan dimensions.
Okay.
Well, you see, the one flaw in this facility is that it is not, in common parlance, off the grid. Once I have reared my potato, I plan to embed copper and steel within the potato, creating a great natural electric circuit, which I can then use to run the laboratory.
So you're just going to make a giant potato clock?
What?
Well, I learned about this in 3rd grade. You get a potato, and you stick it with all sorts of metal objects, and a little LED display, and you got yourself a clock.
Oh! Well, that's how diabolical!
Actually, now that I think about it, you needed 2 potatoes for that.
Oh, well, I shall have to undergo more research before this fiendish endeavor can begin. No matter, I have more tricks up my sleeve. I have long yearned, for instance, to discover the effects of gasoline on fire!
How so, mistress?
Okay, well, most of this is fairly legible, but it seems to contain the makings of an experiment to gauge the effects when one adds gasoline to an open flame.
Wouldn't the open flame just grow larger?
That seems logical. Dag!
Dag indeed.
Oh, I remember now. I produced this particular diversion when I was under the influence of that fine Turkish hashish. Never mind. I know that this contains wondrously vile ideas. Aha! An experiment to mimic the explosive properties of a volcano! The first step shall be to construct a volcano! In miniature. Within the basin, I'll place baking soda. Within the same basin, I plan to introduce vinegar. If my calculations are correct, there will be a resulting chemical reaction through which we can learn about geological forces!
Mistress, that is brilliant!
I know! I cannot imagine why that did not occur to me years rule the world!
Oh, and we can add red and orange food coloring to make it look like a real volcano.
Yes! That's it! That's the missing piece! Myrtlevania! To Walmart!